Children should always be looked after and taken care of when they are sick or having other types of problems, so that the problems do not become a lot worse. These are all very serious problems, but there is another kind of problem that some children have, which is very difficult to talk about and listen. And the best thing to do is to talk about it with someone who understands and will help you listen. Okay, kids, class is over. You are dismissed now. Oh, Abby, would you mind staying for a few minutes to help me carry some papers to my desk?
Sure, Mrs. Foster.
Thank you so much for helping, Abby. I have so many papers to grade later. How will you get home today? Do you get a ride home from school with someone, or do you ride the bus?
I have a ride. My Uncle Jerry picks me up from school every day and takes me home.
Abby, you sure don't seem too excited about that. Is there something bothering you?
It just always takes so long for me to finally get home.
Abby, I know where you live because I have been to your house to meet your parents before. It's not very far from school. As a matter of fact, it's just around the corner. Why does it take you so long to get there?
Well, sometimes my uncle takes me to the park. Sometimes we go to the movies. And then sometimes we just sit in his car for a while.
Why are the two of you just sitting in his car? What is it that you and your Uncle Jerry do in the car?
Well, you know, things like listen to the radio and other stuff.
Abby, when you were in the car, where exactly do you sit?
Right beside him.
You sit right next to him, Abby?
Yes, Mrs. Foster.
Abby, let me ask you this. Are there other things that make you feel uncomfortable about being in the car with your uncle?
I don't know.
You don't want to talk about this, do you?
No, ma'am.
You know what, Abby? I have talked with some other girls who have had problems like these at home. Some of them were afraid or very uncomfortable with their uncle or babysitter, a stepfather, or even a father. Sometimes talking about these situations can be very helpful to you. Let's try again and see if we can talk about this a little bit more.
Mrs. Foster, I don't know how to say this.
Okay, Abby, let's start here. Does your uncle ever touch you in places, say like places that cause you to be very afraid?
Yeah, he touches me. He touches me where I've never had anyone else touch me. He touches me where he's not supposed to.
This really scares you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Abby, have you ever told him not to touch you?
Oh no, I'm afraid of him when he gets mad. He might yell at me or tell someone. He told me that I better never tell anyone or he would hurt me or something.
Abby, listen to me. What is happening to you is not your fault in any way. Have you told your parents or anyone else about this?
No, just you, Mrs. Foster. Who would believe me? I'm just a little girl.
Oh, Abby, I believe you, and I'm so glad you told me. You really need to tell your parents. They can help you. They can put a stop to what is happening to you. This happens to girls and even boys, too. Please don't think you're alone in this situation.
Really? This happens to other kids, too?
Oh, yes, Abby, and I'm glad you told me. You did the right thing by telling me. I'll help you, Abby.
You know, Miss Foster, I feel so much better now since I've talked to you. I don't feel as scared as I did.
It will be okay, Abby.